In this video, we're going to talk about a woman scorned, and scorned because her best friend just got murdered. This is Jessica Priest's dramatic transformation into She-Spawn that will shock you. For those that don't know, this is a storyline of Omens in Spawn issue number 300. It's one of the side stories that talks about how Jessica Priest turned into She-Spawn. So with all that being said, let's get into it. In New York City, Jessica Priest is looking at an abandoned building. And before we go into the next panel right here, we just gotta admire that art real quick. Now in that building, there's no lights on. In her line of business, nothing good comes of that, especially since a young woman called Nyx has specifically asked Jessica Priest to rush over there. And in Spawn issue number 299, Nyx called Jessica Priest about information on Al and the war between heaven and hell, but she did not want to discuss that over the phone. She wanted to discuss that in person because things were getting heated up. So Nyx is one of Jessica Priest's better contacts, and she had intimate information about Lieutenant Colonel Al Simmons, and she was following up on that because the investigation on Al Simmons, Jessica was turning up the heat on that after he revealed his identity to the world, and that's in Spawn issue number 297 or 298, but we did cover that on this channel. But her guts is telling her to expect something quite different as she looks in and investigates. Tonight, Jessica was hoping Nyx's anxious tone meant she might have yet more important information about Simmons. So she opens the door, she sees a bloody trail, she goes in, and that is not good. Nyx is dead. And that was because in Spawn issue 299, Cagliostro, who's power hungry and a savage, and if you follow this channel, we learned in later issues, Cagliostro became Sin because he wants to throw in hell, so he had to eliminate Nyx out the way. It's a whole twisted tale, but now Jessica Priest came in and saw that bloody mess of her friend right there. I mean, a beautiful bloody mess, but she's dead though. All Jessica Priest knew before she came into the room and saw her dead friend was Nyx said she was digging into something on that front on her end, and she would report back when she came over something about Al and the enemies, the war between heaven and hell. Nyx was going to expose that to Jessica. Hey, things happen. So Jessica Priest sees a feather fall to the floor. Now, even in death, Nyx is trying to share something with her frozen hand, pointing at something, so that feather led to a picture, and that picture led to Jessica Priest's curiosity. She skirts over, pushes it down, it's a secret doorway. Jessica is marveled at the complexity of what Nyx has gathered in this hidden room. Books, files, computers. That's why they killed her, because of her knowledge, not her magic. So she opens this book and she sees Wanda, Cyan, Al Simmons, Spawn, and I believe that's Terry Fitzgerald because Cyan is not Al Simmons' daughter. She heard rumors that she scared some of the shadow players, meaning Nyx. It must have been the secrets she knew about them, not her powers. They were not afraid of her powers, they were afraid of what she knew. So Jessica pores over the materials Nyx had left out, stunned at how ancient some of the books are, but there's one in particular that grabs her attention. The one filled with chants, wizardry, and potions, and affixed to the back of the book is an amulet and a spell of resurrection. Jessica Priest has an idea. Her eyes goes green, and I wonder if that's some kind of foreshadowing right there, because earlier her eyes weren't that green, but maybe I'm just looking too much into it. But anyways, back on with the story. When she takes the amulet, knowing what she's about to do seems crazy, but Nyx talked to her about such things like how the dead could be risen again and how dangerous and powerful some of the dead could be. Ultimately, it's all Jessica has left. One last desperate attempt to help her friend, to help resurrect her friend. She places the amulet on Nyx's chest, then utters the words from the short spell, praying against all hope what she's doing will have some effect. Any effect. Give me something. Desperation's on the rise. Instead, Jessica's mind is instantly taken over, not by images of Nyx's life, but instead by those of Al Simmons. The whole of Simmons' afterlife floods over her. Thousands of images bombard her as she feels the suffering and pain faced by Simmons since he became Spawn. She's being reborn. Over and over, she is shown the crushing magnitude of violence and tragedy. This one man has had to endure all those emotions spread across his own life as she feels herself transforming, or more specifically, she's being baptized into She-Spawn, reborn as something new, something to help Simmons and more importantly the world in its fight for all humans to retain their own humanity. So now with that transformation, Jessica Priest is now and forever She-Spawn. Now later in the issues, we do see that Jessica Priest is one, she wants to help Al Simmons out with this war, and two, investigate what happened to Nyx and how, you know, she got dead. We all know going into the further issues that it's because of Cagliostro, who is now a sin, but also She-Spawn, she turns into something else later on too as we cover more issues of Scorched. So this story wraps up Jessica Priest's dramatic transformation into She-Spawn. But as we go into further issues and further playlists that we do cover on this channel, you will get to see exactly what happened in further detail. With that being said, what you guys think of the video? Comment below, let me know. And also link in description if you wish to add any She-Spawn stuff or Spawn stuff through the Amazon link. And also don't forget to check out RatedComics.com to buy some really cool limited print Rated Comics exclusives to add to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. Lastly, this video is sponsored by coffee because I do these videos early in the morning before I take my kids to school. So if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, hey, link in description or donate to the super thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys can do is by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.